Net Game Radio. Shoutcast, music show, lemon party.
What?
Okay, and we're back with Game 2 of Frenetic Array versus Surefire Gaming. Frenetic Array managing to take out the first match, although a very well fought, very tight match with a lot of back and forth between both teams. So anyway, you're listening to Net Game Radio. My name is Triumphant Man, and joining me here in the studio once again is Razor. Razor, what about that game that we just saw?
Oh, it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really looking forward to the second game coming up shortly. I mean, it was really intense. Swiftblade versus it really felt to me it was Puppet Master versus Swiftblade, and funny to say, but it was Bubbles versus Soul Stealer. I mean, it was really that's the way I looked at it. It was really good to see. I mean, first game is first HoN cast I've done, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really solid game.
Yes, definitely a great way to start. And I'm going to give Bobo, I'm going to give a shout out to Bobo, definitely contender for MVP with that superb Bubbles play, just floating around every single fight and being incredibly annoying, incredibly difficult to deal with, kiting his enemies very effectively. But we've got the ban scam out here. We've got, this time, Frenetic Array on the Legion side, and they've got first ban, first pick. So we've got Dr. Repulsor getting banned up by Lock Shadow first up, then Chicanery bans Bombardier, then Lock Shadow bans Myrmidon, and then Chicanery bans Swiftblade. Obviously, Surefire don't want to go up against another Swiftblade that got as fat as last time. The Swiftblade was ridiculously fat, just tapped out on items, just had a Abyssal Skull, Post Haste, Shrunken Head, Frostburn, Ruined Axe, and what was the last item? I forget.
Shrunken Head. Did you say Shrunken
I think it said Shrunken Head.
Shrunken, Post Haste, Ruined Axe, Savage Mace, Abyssal Skull.
That was it, the Savage Mace. Yeah. But yes, definitely getting ridiculously fat. But we've got Vindicator now banned by Lock Shadow, so interesting. Maybe they're going for a Blink lineup in mind. Or they want to run, say, Pandemonium or Chipper or a hero that's got a lot of spamminess to them. We see class Shadow picking out Soul Stealer. Didn't manage to carry his team, but definitely played a very good Soul Stealer, being quite effective in the fights, managed to land some very good ults. Not picking up any mobility enhancements, though. He didn't manage to pick up a portkey or anything, really. So I think that was possibly what let Surefire down in the end. Bubbles' initiation and Alpha Strike ability was just really getting on top of Surefire, and they weren't really able to respond all that well. As we see Witchslayer and Thunderbringer get banned as well. Witchslayer, of course, feeding a bit towards the end, but he did really play really well. Even though he ended up dying a fair bit, he did play effectively for his team, lay out a good set of stuns, and really support his team very well. But we see Thunderbringer rounding out the bans. Wretched Hag rounding out the bans as Chicanery bans that. And as Razor, no Gladiator bans. So do you think we'll see Roger pick him up?
Could be interesting. The Dump does pick up Bubbles again, so I'm looking forward to hopefully Bobo playing Bubbles again, but it really depends. I mean, if Surefire Gaming want to win this game, I'm not sure if Gladiator's going to be the most useful. I haven't actually seen Roger Dodger play Gladiator, so I'm not going to say he could win it for him. Like, he could be amazing and destroy them, I don't know, but yeah, the way that I've seen Gladiators played in comp games, it doesn't usually work out, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I am curious that they didn't ban Bubbles. I thought Bubbles would have been a bit of a better pick, a better ban, than Vindicator, to be honest. It depends, maybe, who banned Vindicator?
That was Lock Shadow.
Frey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Frey, they could be looking to maybe play all four of Frey or Ghost picking Gladiator, so they definitely know that Roger Dodger could pick that up, but I mean, they could be going for a bit of a stun a build that they wanted to use that Vindicator counters. It could have been maybe Tempest, Tailbringer, something like that, like something massive like that, but it'd be interesting to see what they do, but I am surprised they didn't ban Bubbles.
Yes, as we see Hellbringer and Magebane get picked up. That's interesting. Personally, not a huge fan of Magebane as a carry, but he can be played very effectively. As we see Frey ghost picking out Glacius at the moment, I think they might go for another Glacius and Voodoo just to support in the trial, and as it was highly effective for them last time, and they are running Bubbles again, so looks like they're going for a bit of the same, possibly. Going to be interesting to see what they go. Still waiting on the picks to come out. Of course, Surefire really chewing through their time for those first two picks, deciding what they want to go. So obviously a bit of discussion going back and forth on the Surefire camp but still waiting for the picks to come out. So, based on last match, who do you think is going to take this one? Who's your money on?
Only based off. I can't really. Oh, it's hard to pick, to be honest. They both played really well. It really came down to heroes, I felt. If heroes like the heroes, I think the heroes that Frey had last match, it was just fluid. They all helped each other. It was really good. Whereas the Hellborn team it just wasn't that solid. They were good heroes. It just wasn't. The teamwork just wasn't there. Whereas so if I was going to go by teamwork and the way they played, I would say Frey, especially as Bobo's got bubbles once again. So I'm quite happy to see that. Defiler is picked up and Voodoo Jester, so not going for the Glacius, but Voodoo Jester has been picked up again, and Defiler has gone to Lock Shadow, so interesting to see whether he will probably be the top or bottom solo, I would say, trying to defend Bubble solos mid again. But it's going to be interesting seeing what Roger Dodger and KS for Life pick. Do you think he's going to pick Gladiator? Do you think they're going to stick with the Witch Slayer pick, maybe a Glacius pick up? What do you think they're going to do?
I think Roger Dodger might actually possibly play Slither because he likes playing that a lot. I've seen him play Slither quite effectively in the past. I think you're right. They're probably going to send Defiler top just to. I mean, they kind of threw Arachna to the wolves there, just threw her up top against a Trilane in the end, and it didn't work out too well for her. But in the end, it was Bobo at mid just getting away. That managed to get his farm up, and then Switchblade obviously doing really well at bottom. But we see Class getting his hands on Soul Stealer again. So Surefire getting Soul Stealer, and then interestingly enough, Chaos for Life being given Slither, and Roger Dodger instead being given Hellbringer. Now, I don't know about this. They're throwing Roger Dodger into the support role by the looks of it. If they're going to run Slither as a solo versus a Trilane, and then Soul Stealer as the mid hero. I don't know. Not really sure about the throwing Hellbringer into the Trilane there. Not a huge fan of him in the Trilane. I just think there are better picks like Glacius and such. But it could definitely work out quite easily. As at the moment we've got on the Legion team, we've got Defiler, Voodoo Jester, and Bubbles. So it looks like they're going to go for Glacius, I'm pretty sure. Their last hero though looks like Pestilence. Now I'm not sure about this. Pestilence as a Trilane carry, of course. Pestilence doing more, filling out a ganker/initiator role once he picks up a port key. Not really sure about throwing him in a Trilane because he's not going to do well on his own trying to solo against a Trilane. So I don't know if they're hoping to throw a Trilane versus Trilane again. I mean, they could be hoping to throw Pestilence. They could be hoping to throw Voodoo Jester, Glacius, and Defiler all in one lane against a Trilane, but I don't really see that working all that well. And then just hoping that Pestilence can solo versus an enemy hero, but really he'd be up against a solo. So as we see Roger Dodger get given Slither, now that's what I thought was going to happen. As he's one of their better solo players. Roger Dodger usually running a solo lane, not usually taking the ward bitch support role. But in the end, the two teams we have lined up here, we've got Defiler, Voodoo Jester, Bubbles, Glacius, Pestilence versus Magebane, Soul Stealer, Andromeda, Slither, and Hellbringer. So I'm not quite sure how. I think the Legion team are going to run the Hellborn team are going to run Andromeda, Hellbringer, and Magebane all in the one lane. Not really sure about Hellbringer as a support hero on the Trine. Like I said, I prefer heroes like Glacius. They just tend to do a little bit better. Hellbringer not really offering a whole lot. Prefer someone with a bit more hard disable to make the lane a bit more dangerous, but if they want to go with it, they want to go with it. As we see, again, Surefire Gaming rolling out with a sweep tactic here. They're going down into the lane, just going to try and get ahead quickly and get in behind the enemy players. But the Legion team, Frenetic Array, are stacking the top rune. All five of them, once again, stacking the rune up top. So it doesn't look like anything's going to happen here. But, again, assuming equal skill, Razor, who's your money on?
I'm not too sure. Even skill, I'm going to have to give it to Frey once again. I mean, they have got some solid heroes. I don't really like Magebane as a carry. I mean, he's a solid carry, but he does need a lot of solid farm at the start. I mean, I think Pestilence is a bit of a counter to him because of the bugs. He bugs Magebane, and Magebane can be really squishy. So I mean, if I don't see a Helm pick up on Magebane, I'll be surprised. But I just don't like Magebane as a carry, and I think Hellborn just have a really good chance. And once again, the double damage for Hellborn's, Legion's mid, Frey taking an advantage straight off the bat once again here. We do actually see Defiler soloing mid this time, and Bubbles soloing bottom. They have managed to throw Trilane versus Trilane. It's going to be Magebane this carry taking the farm with Hellbringer and Andromeda, with Pestilence, I'd assume you're taking the farm with the VJ Glacius combo. So it's gonna be interesting. And then at bottom lane we have Slither versus Bubbles.
I have a question.
So it'll be interesting.
Why has Magebane only got one Blight Rune? What has he wasted the other two on? Because he hasn't been hit yet.
I noticed that as well, and I realised down at the bottom, I think you can see just above the Minotaurs, there's actually a rune, like tree cut down, and there's another tree cut down. I can't remember whereabouts, but I think he used his runes to cut down his trees instead of his hatchet, which surprised me a fair bit. But I saw him use a rune for one of those trays, and I was sort of surprised. So I don't know why he wasted the runes on it, but maybe it's just a blonde moment, as you say. But
This action bottom, as we see Bubbles.
Bit of action top. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, it's all right. We got action all around.
Oh god, I do see it. Yeah, I just saw Pesty dropping to less than half health, but as you do point out, Triumph, Slither is on 120 health. Bubbles is full health. He's gonna try and finish off Slither. It's gonna be Slither managing to dodge the big
Shell surf.
Whatever it's called, shell surf. Thank you for that, but surviving quite well. And that is at a complete blonde moment as well, and Bubbles dropping to about half HP. So it's back once again. Vu Jester does manage to get a counter ward up and tries to counter take out the ward, and I think he does actually manage to do that. So well done to him there. So Hellborn don't actually have a ward at the moment. Hellbringer is speaking up about it, but at the moment we do have Pesty with 10 crit kills and Magebane with 5, so Pesty is doing remarkably well. Defiler is doing really well at mid, winning 13 crit kills, 4 denies, compared to classes 7 and 3 at the moment. But yeah, it's turning into a really good starting game for Triumph.
Well, I see Pestilence has picked up some very early boots. So it looks like the Frey's idea is their tactic is to run an aggressive killing tri-lane with the very early boots on Pestilence, and they've got a stun on all 3 heroes. So it looks like they're trying to lock down Magebane and really make it dangerous for him to farm. Don't know how well it's going to go because the Legion team have some pretty good counter. They've got both Hellbringer. There's Hellbringer there who can just chip away at them, make sure Pesty can't really stay that close to the lane, as well as just dropping boils on them every now and then. But honestly, I think it's a fairly dangerous lane to lane up against when Magebane, if he gets into trouble. Unless...
middle.
Oh, yes, middle indeed. That is tight. Oh, wow! We see Class going down just barely before Lock Shadow's Defiler, and Lock Shadow picking up the Cherry Popper, Bloodlust plus the experience, so he's going to come out on top. They're definitely worth it for him. But wow, indeed. As we see also...
Definitely.
Sneaky ward up by GGXO there, not being spotted by the TA 101 counter ward right next door to it. It's definitely a good ward from him, but wow, action at mid. Bad luck to Class. That really could have gone either way. Definitely tried hard there, didn't come out for him in the end. As we see Bubbles. Bubbles being forced out of the lane by Roger Dodger. Roger Dodger really kicking his ass at the moment. Just smacking him around. As we see Andromeda, an invisible Andromeda rolling mid. Looks like Lock Shadow's in a bit of trouble here. Or not. Oh yes, here we go, come on. No?
That could be interesting.
Come on guys,
It's going to be interesting.
what are you doing? Oh, no.
I think they're waiting for Defiler to get out of position. I think before it would have been a really good opportunity, but the Mystical has probably gone through to Lock Shadow, and now it could be now. Oh, he does go for it. Here it comes. Andro's going to make a stun. Here it comes with the thing. Defiler is going to drop. Andro takes out. Good bait there from Solstice, I really have to say. He forcefully came out to out of the lane, out to the river to lose some health, and did drop quite low, and Defiler just took bait and went straight for a kill, and Andro was there to help him out in the time of need, so evening it up. Now, as Roger Dodger does take out Bubbles, I completely missed that. Maybe you caught it, Trent.
I did indeed. Just managed to spray down Bubbles, and just really his early game, like he's slow, just crippling Bubbles, and I don't think Bubbles managed to get far away enough with Shell Surf, and in the end just went down there. But I'm just really confused because the Hellborn, they saw that, they would have seen that Andromeda coming with and picking up the Invis rune because they've got the ward up there. So I don't know why Defiler stayed half as long as she did. I mean, she should have been back way earlier and just not pushed that at all. Which is why I was confused why Andro didn't immediately just try, like they didn't just rush her and try and set something up, because really Defiler should have backed off really early there. But in the end, it looks like Andromeda's been spotted now. They know she's up to stuff, as it looks like Magebane has been left pretty much all on his own. He's got no regen left, so I don't know. Just looking at Pestilence versus Magebane at the moment, what have we got? We've got Pestilence at 26 to 22. Magebane on 11 to 0, so it looks like Magebane losing the tri-lane pretty badly here. Getting kicked around with their support leaving to help out mid. And then, of course, just the Legion tri-lane, really dangerous to be anywhere near. As we see, Class has picked up a bottle, picked up his boots, so he's ready to kick some butt in mid. Defiler also the same, also got bottle, also got boots. Class, don't know if he's going to be able to come out on top here, if he can just land some nukes and soften her up, although it looks like Andromeda with her haste has been spotted, so I don't think she's going to be able to set anything up. It's quite difficult to gank the Legion team from that top room. A, because there's usually a ward up there, and B, just because trying to come through this approach here, you can always be seen during the daylight, so she's probably going to have to wait a couple of minutes, wait for it to tick up to night time, then she'll have a better shot at setting up a kill. But at the moment, Defiler can see her coming from a bloody mile away. It's not really going to happen. As I see Roger Dodger getting aggressive here, dropping the ult, dropping the poison spray. Bubbles porting away into the trees, but he might be in a bit of trouble here. He's definitely ticking down fast. Uses take cover, doesn't save him though. Too much poison left on him, and he goes down. Roger Dodger, very good play from him. Like I said, he likes that slither, plays it well though. He's not doing a war spam build. I guess he hasn't really done it since the Toxin Wands had their line of sight nerf, but he's going for a spray and toxicity build, already having maxed out spray, and it definitely paid off from there, getting the kill on Bubbles. As we see, taking a bit of damage here from the tower, trying to finish it off, probably just going to manage it right about now. As we see Andromeda still hanging around mid, still roaming around mid, trying to shut down that mid, although they're paying for it in terms of Magebane's farm, really not going too well. He's picked up a life tube, but really he's still sitting on 14 to 0, so really getting left behind there by Pestilence on 39 to 28, really denying the crap out of those creeps. And of course, Hellbringer also suffering. We can see Hellbringer is behind all three tri-lane heroes, even though he's been dual laning. He's stuck on level 3. All three Legion tri-lane heroes are on level 4 at the moment. As we see, they're also pulling the hard camp there, although the creep have wandered into it anyway. I see Andrea here. She's watching a haste rune at bottom. Looks like she's getting ready to set something up. No, she's just guarding it for Class to get in there and bobble it. The question is, will they try and come in from behind on Lock Shadow, because they can get him fairly easily, as you're right. So that has picked up a very early Helm, as it looks like they are going to go for a gank on Defiler. They could probably rush it. Slither has poison spray up. Doesn't have his ult up, but he could get the poison spray on. And Defiler doesn't have a lot of HP yet. She's only got 700 HP. Yes, we see the comet go out, poison spray come out, the demon hands go out. Easy food, easy gank, no problems at all. Slither really feeling pretty tough here. He's got that early Helm. Definitely quite difficult to deal with. He's going to be able to just plunge into the middle of fights and set stuff up and just tank it and keep slowing people down with toxicity and keep annoying and harassing the crap out of them. But we see the early push here happening at mid. They've already, from the Hellborn team, they've already got the bottom tower, they've already got the mid tower. It's only 9 minutes in. The question is, are they going to roll top and try to shut down Pestilence? Although that said, Pestilence not really the strongest of carries. Like I said, more of a ganker, more of an initiator. So, really, do you think if Surefire just keep up the pace that they've got going now, Razor, they're really just going to be able to take this one away?
Oh yeah, and Bubbles just gets spotted by the Aurora. Massive play there. He is in a bit of trouble here, this Bubbles. Sorry, I was just watching him getting closed in by 3 heroes. Does manage to shell surf away. But that I think the intensity that Surefire Gaming says they really want to win, and if they keep it up, they're going to win. I mean, Slither is just raping face. He's got 1,200 gold just about in the pocket, so he's probably going to go for Steam Boots next. The Pestilence, he has 1,300 gold saved up. He does have a fair few creep kills compared to Magebane. But at the moment, they are going for a gank on top. Hellbringer dropping very fast. It's going to be close. Glacius is losing a lot of health. He does die. It's going to be to Magebane. Pesty takes out Hellbringer, so it's going to be a case of the carries get a kill and the supports die at top. But Defiler has come up now. She is attacking Magebane. I don't think they're going to get much out of it as he does this blink away. But bottom, there is a lot of action here. Bubbles is going down once again to Slither Poison, and the classes demonic hands triumph.
Yes, also might add that Magebane has picked up an early Helm of the Black Legion as well, opting just for something to help him out farm, and with that he can probably just dive into the nukes as well and do a bit of that, which should help out his farm. And like I said, I really don't see the Pestilence being able to out-carry Magebane, just, if they just... Especially when there's so much pressure on them, on the Legion team. They've got to split that trial up. They've got to get active and start defending, because Slither and Andro and Soulsteel are really just destroying stuff at the moment. Just pushing away, just really giving Frenetic Ray no chance to breathe. And we see Defiler has had a rough early game, getting ganked a bit, and she's picked up Mystic Vestments, but she really doesn't have the raw HP to back it up at the moment. As it looks like she's trying to flank around the bottom. She has been spotted, though, by that ward, so it looks like they might come down on top of her. Although, no, she knows they come. No, she doesn't. What's going on here? She's going to walk into Slither. Slither's going to kill her, I reckon. She's got no HP. Gets a muff silence off there. Slither gets the ult off, gets a sprout, although he's taking a bit of damage, but he's still got the helm, so he's not going to be able to get taken out. As we see Class using a Demon Hand over the trees. Nice work, and the bottom tower gets denied. Although, of course, this is making it very hard for the Legion team to get any farming done at all, and it's getting some early money in the bank for the Hellborn team. So really giving Frenetic Array no room to breathe at all. Definitely not as close as last match. We've already got the Legion team 3.8 experience, 3,800 experience ahead, and 6,600 gold ahead. So they're really leaving Frenetic Array right behind in their dust. As we see, looks like they're rolling mid now. We've got Slither rolling mid with Hellbringer. It looks like they're going to try and push mid now. They're going to try and take the pressure off Magebane, let Magebane farm away up there. But they're definitely doing their job well, as Soulsteel just cleaning up the nukes. So he's also used a double damage rune, so it looks like he's getting ready to hit that tower up. But just looking at Glacius, what's he got? Nothing at the moment. Absolutely nothing. Definitely not like last match where he managed to farm up Black King, but it was ridiculous. As we see Hellbringer ults in, the stun comes out from Voodoo Jester. Malthus is whacking away, although looks like Defiler is going down to Demon Hands. Andromeda, though, gets Bubbles, it gets shell set by Bubbles. Bubbles comes in, ults, takes down Andromeda, although Bubbles going to pay for his life by the looks of it. Gets hit by a Demon's Hand, goes down. Definitely the Hellborn team tearing the Frenetic Array a new one here. But Razor, the intensity that Surefire Gaming are bringing, do you think they're definitely hungry for victory here?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they've already got the mid-tier 2 tower down to half health, or just 100 health above half health. Magebane's got some solid farm happening now. He's sitting on about 250 gold per minute. Pestilence is on 300 gold per minute. But I mean, the way Pestilence has now picked up a port key, so he's got a pretty early port key. But I don't really see this helping. I mean, Slither is just raping face, and Soulstealer is just doing the same thing. The helm is picked up on Magebane as well, but Soulstealer at the moment, he has his Steam Boots. He has got 900 gold saved up, as Magebane does finish his boots, I believe. But I think Surefire Game have got a really solid start, and I think Freya just left in a bit of the dust, I suppose you could call it. With the dust, they are initiating on Soulsteel. A good swap from Andromeda here saves Soulsteel's life, and Andrew is probably going to die to Voodoo Jester and Glacius backing up. Oh, maybe lives. Oh, the Glacius last hit comes out. Pestilence is probably going to die to it, though. He does die to Slither's ulti. Voodoo Jester with a massive ulti takes out Voodoo Jester. It's Glacius versus Switchblade now. With Defiler now backing up, but both teams backing up a bit. Slither is bringing it on. Glacius is now TPing away. He will live. In that whole time, Slither lived. Once again, this Helm of the Black Legion is just absolutely helping Slither stay alive, and he's just raping face with it. He now has 1800 gold. I would say that he's No, that's not his. Oh, it is his steam boots, maybe? I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's Hellbringer's steam boots are now delivered. Magebane's just sitting at top farming. A Porter's coming in with his Pestilence, but with a bit of a delayed stun there on the creeps. They're just going to be casually farming, I guess, the top. But at the rate they're going, Triumph, I think Surefire games have a surefire chance of victory.
Puns are coming out. As you see, Magebane just doing a bit of mana management here, just making sure Pestilence has got nothing on him, and that would really piss Pestilence off because he's got crappy mana regen, so he's really not got a whole lot he can do now at the moment. So we see Magebane getting caught out here by Glacius, but of course Pestilence not having the stun to follow it up, and he just blinks away nice and easy. But we see Class calling pause mode at the moment. We see Slither just farming away in the jungle, still hasn't spent that gold. I'm thinking he's possibly saving up for a Blessed Orb, maybe trying to get Jonah's Bane? Not sure. If you were this Slither, what would you be trying to pick up?
Well, he has 2,000 gold. To be honest, I'd be picking up Nullfire Blade. They're going to need it against Pestilence. Bubbles ulti, I think, gets removed from Nullfire Blade. I'm not entirely sure about that. But I think the Nullfire Blade pickup on Slither is really good. You can really save lives and kill people. I mean, he's doing a really good job at ganking at the moment, so I wouldn't be surprised if he picks up an item just to help out with that. But yeah, at the moment I don't see Freya haven't really Freya heaps behind. They're 6,000 gold behind. It's 15 minutes in. To be honest, when that pause vote came out, I actually thought it was a Freya concede vote. I wasn't really surprised.
Fair enough. As I'm just looking at Defiler, Lock Shadow hasn't got a whole lot. He's sitting on 1 to 5 at the moment, so he's been getting beaten up pretty badly. His gold per minute's fallen now all the way to 217. Definitely not looking like he can carry the team at all at this point. Hasn't had a good enough early game. But let's have a look at Pesty. What's he got sitting on? Pestilence is sitting on 299 gold. Now that he's moving around and ganking a bit more, he's losing his farm a fair bit, so I really doubt his ability to carry against Magebane, and much less Soul Stealer at this point. Of course, Soul Stealer sitting on 411 gold per minute, and Magebane sitting on 246. Not looking too good at 246, but then again, Pestilence isn't a really good carry, and they were relying on Bobo to do well in his lane, and he really didn't get a chance to breathe at all, with Roger Dodger really just shutting him down completely. Roger Dodger sitting on 353 gold per minute and really just doing a ton of damage this game, really playing extremely well. So honestly, if we're going to give an MVP for this match, I'd give it to Roger because he's playing extremely well this game, definitely contributing a lot to his team's success at this point. But at the moment, we see Hellbringer ulting on top of Voodoo as we see Glacius and Pestilence coming to help out. The stun acid cocktail comes out, catches Andromeda, catches Hellbringer, catches Malphus. Doesn't do a whole lot though. Pestilence is chopping trees, trying to run away. As we saw TDA 101 taking out who was that? Voodoo Jester in the end actually got caught out. So I'm just seeing some ports coming at the bottom. Someone's picked Roger Dodger. Okay, this is what he spent his cash on. Saved up for post haste. Tries to run down Bubbles. Gets knocked off by Creep though. Very close. As Bubbles is saying, quite scary. I would have shit my bed as well when I saw that running at me. But we see Class under attack. Oh no, he's fine. He's got a haste rune bottle. He's got a Black King. Sorry, he's got a Shrunken Head already. So he's going to be very difficult to deal with for those heroes. We see Voodoo Jester moving up. Voodoo Jester having picked up his strides now. Pestilence blinking in on top of Soul Stealer. Pestilence managed to get a good start, but looks at the haste has come out. He's going to run away now. A good swap from Andromeda, just getting a little bit further away, making sure Defiler can't get any nukes off or Bubbles can't chase him down. But that was quite close. Good stun from Pestilence, though. Good port in. As we see a regen rune at bottom, so it looks like Class is going to get right back into it. No? Where is Class? He's farming creep. Never mind. Looks like Hellbringer might just take that. Not sure. As we see top tower. Going to go down here, maybe? No? It is going to go down. Doesn't manage to get the deny off as Magebane just ports away into the trees cheekily. So Magebane at the moment has picked up his steam boots, picked up Helm Black Legion, so he's looking alright. Going to be able to get his farm happening, just disappear into the jungles for a bit. As we see the pings coming out, looks like they know the Hellborn are there. Hellbringer getting slowed down there. Port in from Pestilence. Bubbles following up. Death Balls come out though. Roger Dodge looking like he's in a bit of trouble. No, he's getting the slows off. Managing to manage Pesty there. Gets the Poison Spray. Pesty opting to back out. Glacier still has no... Still hasn't got anything. He's got no defense. Bit of an odd... Oh no, Roger managed... No, he missed everything there. As we see though, Class wading into the fight. Dropping Defiler there, nice and easy. Bubbles barely escaping. I think Roger muffed his Poison Spray there. Was trying to catch out Defiler but missed. As we see the Legion vote coming out with a concede, so that definitely was not like the last one. Surefire Gaming not happy about that loss and really just going balls to the wall, just dropping Frenetic Array as hard as they possibly could, giving them no room to breathe. So they take out the second match and tied up 1-1. So we will be back very shortly to bring you the third match, the third and final match between Frenetic Array and Surefire Gaming.